Seattle, Washington, early autumn morning. Light rain covered the city streets. Office workers rushed across sidewalks, holding coffee cups and umbrellas. Inside a luxury downtown restaurant, breakfast service was already busy. And near the corner window stood Maya Collins, balancing 3 plates on one tray. Her uniform was neat, but slightly faded. Her shoes were worn from long shifts. Maya was 29 and working her 3rd double shift that week. But no one inside that restaurant knew she was only one mistake away from losing her job. Welcome to Story Tales, where real emotions meet unforgettable life stories. If you love powerful human stories like this, don't forget to subscribe to Story Tales, because missing stories like this might mean missing lessons that can change your life. Now, tell me something before we begin. Who is watching right now, and where are you watching from? Drop it in the comments. And tell me, have you ever helped someone not knowing it might change your own life later? All right, let's begin. But trust me, if you don't stay till the end, you'll never believe what happens next. 6 months earlier, Maya had just moved to Seattle from Georgia, chasing a fresh start. She was raised by her grandmother, who always told her one rule: kindness is never wasted, even when nobody sees it. But life hadn't been kind to Maya lately. Her grandmother had passed away. Medical bills drained her savings, and she was now supporting her younger brother through college. This waitress job was her only stability, and she couldn't afford to lose it. Back in the restaurant, the morning rush was overwhelming. Customers complained about wait times. Managers walked around watching every table. Then suddenly, Maya's supervisor whispered sharply, "Table 12 is your last warning. That customer is important. Don't mess it up." Maya nodded nervously. She grabbed her notepad and walked toward table 12. But before she reached it, something caught her attention through the restaurant glass window. Outside, in the rain, an elderly man struggled to cross the street. Cars passed without stopping. The man's cane slipped slightly, and he almost fell. Maya froze. Her supervisor shouted behind her, "Maya, table 12!" Maya looked at the table, then looked back outside. For a moment, she hesitated. Then she made a decision. She placed her tray down, ran outside, and held her umbrella over the old man. "Sir, are you okay?" she asked gently. The man smiled weakly. "I just need to reach that pharmacy." Rain soaked Maya's uniform as she slowly helped him walk across the street. Traffic honked, people stared, but she didn't care. She waited until he safely reached the pharmacy entrance. "Thank you, young lady," the man said quietly. Maya smiled. "My grandmother taught me never to leave someone struggling alone." The man nodded thoughtfully. "What's your name?" "Maya." He repeated it slowly, like memorizing it. Then she rushed back toward the restaurant, already knowing she was in trouble. And she was right. Her supervisor stood at the entrance, furious. "You abandoned a priority customer." Maya tried explaining, but it didn't matter. The customer at table 12 had complained loudly to the restaurant owner. By lunch break, Maya received a warning notice. One more mistake and she'd be fired. Have you ever done something good and still got punished for it? Tell me in the comments if that ever happened to you. Maya returned to work silently, hiding her tears. The next morning, Maya arrived early, determined to prove herself. But when she entered the restaurant, she noticed something strange. Luxury black SUVs were parked outside. Inside, several managers stood unusually straight, whispering nervously. The restaurant owner himself, Mr. Raymond Keller, rarely visited during morning hours. But today, he stood near the entrance, adjusting his suit anxiously. Maya's stomach tightened. Had she already been reported? Then the main doors opened, and the same elderly man from the rain slowly walked inside, wearing an expensive tailored suit, escorted by 2 executives. Maya's heart dropped. The owner rushed forward immediately. "Mr. Harrison, welcome. We're honored you chose our restaurant today." Maya froze. Mr. Harrison. The billionaire real estate developer whose company owned half the commercial properties in downtown Seattle, including the building this restaurant operated in. Mr. Harrison scanned the room. Then his eyes landed on Maya. He smiled. "I believe that young lady is who I came to see." The entire restaurant turned silent. Maya felt every employee staring at her. Her supervisor looked terrified. Mr. Harrison walked toward her table. "Miss Maya, correct?" She nodded nervously. "Yes, sir." He turned toward the restaurant owner. "Yesterday, this young woman left her assigned duties to help me cross the street in heavy rain." The owner's face turned pale. Mr. Harrison continued calmly. "She risked disciplinary action to help a stranger." The owner immediately apologized. "We deeply regret that, sir. She will be handled appropriately." Mr. Harrison raised his hand. "No." Silence filled the room. "She will be handled properly." The tension became unbearable. Then Mr. Harrison smiled slightly. "My foundation is launching a new hospitality scholarship and employee recognition program across all properties my company owns." He turned toward Maya. "And I want her to be the first recipient." Gasps filled the restaurant. Maya blinked, shocked. Mr. Harrison continued speaking. "She reminded me of my late wife, who believed businesses should reward character, not just performance numbers." He pulled out an envelope. Inside was a full college scholarship and a management training sponsorship. Maya's hands trembled as she held it. But the twist didn't end there. Mr. Harrison turned toward the restaurant owner again. "Also, effective immediately, any employee punished for helping someone in genuine need violates our ethics agreement." The owner nodded quickly. The supervisor who threatened Maya stood frozen. Public humiliation had just reversed. Over the next year, Maya enrolled in hospitality business courses funded by the scholarship. She was promoted to assistant floor manager. Her brother graduated college without financial stress. And she started leading employee training, teaching one lesson repeatedly. Kindness is never wasted. One rainy evening, nearly 1 year later, Maya stepped outside the restaurant, holding an umbrella again. Mr. Harrison arrived for dinner, walking slowly beside her. "You know," he said quietly, "you didn't just help me cross a street that day." Maya smiled. "What do you mean?" He looked at the city lights. "You reminded me that compassion still exists in this world. Life has a strange way of testing people. Sometimes through pressure. Sometimes through public embarrassment. Sometimes through choices nobody sees. But sometimes the smallest decision creates the biggest turning point." Before this story ends, I want to ask you something. If you were Maya, would you risk your job to help a stranger? And have you ever seen kindness come back to someone in an unexpected way? Tell us in the comments and tell us where you're watching from. And if this story touched your heart, don't forget to subscribe to Story Tales, because the next story might just be even more unbelievable. Wait till you see what happens next, because the next Story Tales episode might just change how you see kindness forever.